guys, it's Chrissy. I have a devotional thought for us today. I was recently spending some time just in prayer and in the Word, and I felt like the Lord was bringing to me two very contrasting images. One was the altar, which represents really sacrifice, right? It represents worship, and it represents lifting up God's name. The other symbol that I saw, or image that I saw, was a tower. And it reminded me much of the Tower of Babel that the Bible talks about. And if you've not read that story, you can read it in Genesis 11. But basically what happens is they raise a tower, and it says right here in chapter 11, verse 4, "Let's go build ourselves a city with a huge tower that reaches into heaven. That way we will make a name for ourselves." So that image of the tower, their intention was to make themselves great. And what happened was God confused the language. He broke them into several language groups, and they scattered across the earth. And that never happened. They never actually were able to make a name for themselves in that situation, right? I feel like he was telling me we have a choice when we're writing songs, what we build. We can use those songs to build altars and lift up the name of God. Or we can choose to build our own towers and make a great name for ourselves. Try to, at least. I tend to think that when we do that, when we're trying to make a great name for ourselves as we're writing songs, that's when the language of the song gets confused and it's of no effect. Whereas when our hearts are pure, our intentions are right, and we are lifting up the name of God, that's when a song has great impact. I was reading in this book, which if you haven't read this book yet, I would highly encourage you to grab it. It's called The Grace Outpouring. It's a beautiful story of what happened in the countryside in Wales. And one of the pages was quoting, I believe this was Isaiah. Yes, Isaiah 56. And it just caught me off guard this morning as I was reading it. It was talking about, this is what the Lord says: maintain justice and do what's right. And then further on down, it says, to them, so those that are maintaining justice and doing what is right, I will give within my temple and its walls a memorial and a name. Better than sons and daughters, I will give them an everlasting name that will not be cut off. Now, our job, just as a reminder, is to lift high the name of God and Jesus. And when we do that, when we're faithful to do that, he's the one that gives us place and belonging in a name. And I think sometimes we get that backwards, especially in the world of music. We want to make a name for ourselves instead of giving everything to him and letting him give us a name. And that's really the right order. Otherwise, like I said before, our lyrics get confused. They're not heard correctly. They're jumbled, and they're of no effect. But when we follow this biblical principle of building an altar with our songs, lifting up the name of God, it's up to him to do the rest. And he gave us that place inside, I believe, that longing to have a place, and that longing for identity, and that longing for a name. But there's nothing wrong with that. I really don't think there's anything wrong with that. What gets kind of twisted is when we're seeking that in the wrong place. And really, that comes from him alone. So I hope this encourages you to maintain that rudder of your soul headed the right direction completely and purely. Because I know any tiny deviation or turn will lead you a completely different way. So keep your songs focused on the Lord and building altars.